Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm Hayoke Empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. Today I feel pretty optimistic. That's the good word. Mom and we had a pretty cool conversation this morning. I'm wearing my t-shirt today. It's my own design, my own idea. I came up with it when I was about 9. It says straight people like rainbows too. Yep. When I figured out, or when it was like when that came out in the early 80s or something, is the rainbow flag. What it's supposed to represent diversity and all that jazz. And I was like, mine's in the color spectrum. I always thought this is the order that the rainbow should have been in anyway. So it's my own little twist, just like Hayo could do. And Luther Baker, he died a few years back, and he don't care, you know. Open it up. Who doesn't like a rainbow, man? I don't want to know people that don't like. I mean, really, I know that they exist. I know they exist. Rainbow, goddamn rainbow. Go away, rainbow. Because there's an aspect of every freaking part of the color spectrum, even the lowest, and there's a vibration related to every color, so, and a frequency, so. There's a lot of gray people walking around these days. I was thinking about Groundhog's Day. I've been trying to entertain myself, keep myself busy, stay occupied now for freaking darn near 4 years. I wonder how people are doing after a few weeks, I don't know, there's plenty of people. There's more people that it's business as usual than not, But the thing of it is that there's a lot more people that their lives have changed in a very drastic way. Just like mine did a few short years ago. Hang on to your hats, kids. It's only going to get more and more wild. See, because what I've been unfolding and grappling and putting my head around stuff with, I've gotten these little goose eggs, these little, my path has led me to a destination of understanding that I've gotten to get organically, and a lot of other people are going to have it fucking thrust upon them. I'm good with my path. So I was thinking about, the good old days, how things used to be, it's just like, people in their creature comforts. We grew up so freaking poor, man. I was thinking today, it just occurred to me, like, I didn't have live in a place where there was central heat until after I was 18. Yeah. So I always got used to not using it, because if you don't need it, I hate air conditioners in cars too. Hate it. Understand the need of it if you got a place to be and you got to stay fresh and things like that, but I just don't like it. I just like more natural things, and I think that people are coming back into that heart space. They like more natural things too. More and more people are starting to cook for themselves, I'm hearing. It's pretty cool. And once they start really realizing your relationship with food, God, I get charged. My body, I can feel my body just activate when I eat. Just even cabbage, like coleslaw, or just like cooked cabbage or something. Like just, I did processed foods for a long time. I still do them out of convenience. It's always out of convenience. It's always, what are you willing to trade off? But it's not near what I used to. I've never really liked a lot of junk food, because when I was a kid, we never got to eat a lot of sugar, drink a lot of milk, do all that stuff. So I've always had to be aware of like sugar content. 6 years old, just learned how to read, and I'm reading the back of labels and stuff like that. So. You can't have sugar, and you can't have this, and this is just another word for sugar, and careful of that. Yeah. People wonder why I'm hypovigilant. I'm just extra educated in a lot of different areas. I made some can of cookies this morning. These guys are about 70 milligrams, yeah. I toasted coconut. and then I just put cinnamon in the batter. Just Toll House batter. It's easy, quick recipe. Just cinnamon and toasted coconut. They're so good. It eases your woes and it makes time go by a lot faster, man. I call them my time traveling cookies. Yeah. So, what else? We're talking about the good old days. I got this picture by me. I was thinking about that. I was like, I think too much. There's little Marge. This is when I had a speech impediment. My name is Margie. I'm a girl. I mean, do I look like a boy if I didn't have the beret? People used to always ask me, are you a boy or a girl? I used to be like, how can you not tell? I've never met. I can still, I don't know. People are weird. Is there anybody in the chat? Mel C. Hi, Mel C. I know, I came out quarantined. Would you vibe too high? Yeah. Recipe, please? 2 1/4 cup flour. It's just the Toll House cookies. Like Toll House morsels, it's just that recipe. Only I use different variations of mixes because I can't stand living the same day over and over. And people, I was thinking about that. If people are doing that, it's not hard. If you have income and stuff like that, you can have the same exact day. Because if you think about it, your body is just, you get hungry at the same time, you get thirsty at the same time. You can live this just like Groundhog's Day. So it was a self-proclaimed prophecy for the whole world. It just gives you an opportunity. It's just this. It's like all these thoughts and ideas are floating around, and you just got to be in the vibrational frequency to frickin' draw on them and go, oh yeah, that makes sense to me, or oh no, that don't fly with me at all. I want to make like I don't like after I move, I have plans to make all kinds of tasty treats. That's the thing is, when I was a little girl, we were so poor, all I did was fucking imagine of what the things that I wanted to do. And then, after freaking kicking my ass to get in the Air Force and putting up with all the bullshit and going to college, and working in IT and all these, big companies and stuff like that, I drew enough abundance so I could do all those things that I imagined doing when I was a little girl. Travel to the places, I got to see a lot of the places that I pictured when I was little, and then, okay, that's how my world became to be, is dreaming and imagining. In the last 3-4 years, I've been dreaming and imagining again of only good things, and it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a good time. On Tut. They're all freaking chewing on each other. I took a picture. We had photo montage this morning. Here's the cookies. Oh wait, I gotta turn them. Hold on. Stand by. The cookies that I made this morning. They're on Instagram on Snapnacks. We had photo montage here at the house. There's Tuck. He's a cute little buddy. He was snoring. Yes, he was snoring. It's cool. People leave blankets and stuff they don't want anymore at the laundromat to take down to the Salvation Army, and then when they get blankets, my buddy tells me, she works there, and then that'll work. So I got that blue blanket from the laundromat for dogs, because you can never have enough freaking blankets when you have as many. I have 4 dogs. See, when I had all this extra abundance, when I freaking had all this freaking extra money, I got into dog rescue. 2 were mine, and then 2 were foster failures. I know they're all heartbreaks waiting to happen, and it freaking sucks. You know what? The way I look at it is, people freaking gave them, except Artie was mine in the beginning. I had him since he was 7 years old, and he was still the runt. We're all just the underdog crew, and it's like, we're just all the freaking bunch that freaking got shit on when we're younger and stuff like that. But we didn't let it ruin us. We didn't let it make us a greedy person. We didn't let it taint our soul and to make us dark, and just because I was hurt, I don't abuse other things the way I was. I'm trying to help teach people that you can change your dialogue to whatever you want and rise above the pain. You can always rise above the pain. I don't know what love feels like except from what I get from my dogs and stuff. Never have. I've looked for it, but I know as soon as I find it, I'll recognize it. And it's gonna be freaking. I might fall over. Like I did when I touched that electric fence. Felt like I got kicked by an angel. My brother, I hit him, and he's like, "What'd you do that for?" I'm like, "'Cause you just kicked me." But that's what broke my connection with the fence. I know it was one of my guardian angels. I must have a fleet. Heck, I used to do freaking 2, 3 years old backflips, flips off like creek beds and like just because I remembered my past life. I was still living as that. That's what we do. We carry things on into this incarnation, part of our spirit. We get to resolve the things that we used to do and stop acting like that. Just do better. Just act better. Sometimes I want to, because I was trying to explain to Mom why I make these cookies. I'm often explaining her the same thing over and over. Talk about Groundhog's Day. I don't mind. It's lots of practice. Talking. Being clear. And, so it's like, Mom, I said, sometimes people feel so bad, like physically, like, that's why people drink, because it's a medicine. Like it literally dulls the pain. So like I have such a high pain threshold, and I was one of those that was always around. Don't complain about it. Don't complain about it. Keep it to yourself, because people don't want to hear about how you hurt and all this stuff, And I mean, I freaking started my period when I was 8, and the first day it was like my cramps were debilitating, just like. It was the worst, but I always had to press on and power through it, So it's like I've been powering through it shit since I was fucking, people. It's just, come here, Benny, come here, bud. That's okay. It's what people are settling for now. What they're not powering through now is what is. It's freaking so weird and it's amazing to me, and so. I was like, Mom, and some days I hurt so bad from my back and my head, and you can't act. I can't act like it, because I got it every day. I got to do what I got to do to take care of my mom and my dogs, and I'm trying to get a bigger community and move and have more of a community and get some roommates and stuff like that. And it doesn't matter what I want all the time, because there's timing's divine and when these things are going to happen. So I just get to sit and wait and hear reading after reading about more being patient. I'm just like, well, okay, most of life is just waiting. It's what most of life is just waiting to see how things turn out if you really think about it, So if they're going to turn out and what you think is in your favor or not. But so people got to learn how to use their time wisely, and I've had to do it for a long time, and I'm seeing that a lot of people aren't using it productively, and that's okay, and a lot of people are, and it's whatever you're into, man. It's whatever you're into. Whatever people into, I'm vibing higher and higher, and I just don't have time for freaking shallow bullshit, man. I don't have time, so I'm, at this point, I'm really blessed that my tube is tiny, because I just don't even want to deal with the bullshit. And people aren't freaking, I mean, frankly, they're too shallow for me. So the people that watch me, you guys are the ones that vibe higher, that you identify with me if you think that I have something to say. All those other ones, they're just mostly from ego, as far as I can tell. And people that resonate to what I got to say are mostly from heart. And for that, I'm grateful. And I think that's about all I got for now. It's about lunchtime, and Auretta's gonna start getting hungry. She only wanted 2 eggs for breakfast. So, alright. So she didn't eat quite a big breakfast. I know she's gonna want a bigger lunch. Alright, that's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.